have to jump onto this one to get it down. Going down! I should grab the drone's data now that it's down.
Have I got news for you, Red? Heard Moreland and his crew have quite a delve down in the desert. Was thinking of taking a gander myself one of these days.
I'm sure they'll still be around. Maybe I should pay them a visit when I'm out that way. See what Moreland's been up to.
Is writing machines a thing now? Because I saw other people doing it.
Doesn't look that bad.
So many stories. Can't all be true, but I don't care.
Everything okay there, Porgif?
Ah! My steel flame friend, behold!
Oh, your lockbox. The one I found in the tunnel.
Just the one! It was bequeathed to me when my dear ma passed. Never could get the damn thing open, but the lock must have broken off when the Rockbreaker attacked. Haven't seen its contents at long last. I want Martha to have it. My sister. She could use it more than me.
Hold on. If it was given to you, why couldn't you get it open?
I lost the key. You know how it is with small objects, big hands. Not that you know how it is exactly. I mean, your hands are dainty, of course. No, not dainty. Well forged. That's it.
Porgif.
All right, I stole the box. It was supposed to go to Martha, but I just wanted something of my ma's to remember her by.
So the box rightfully belongs to your sister, and now you want to return it. What was inside that made you change your mind?
Nothing. I just thought she'd want it back. She and my ma were close. Me, well, guess you could say I was always the stray spark.
All right, Porgif. Sounds like you want me to give this box to your sister. Where is she?
That is a good question. I know she was working in Chainscrape last.
Huh. I have a friend there. I can ask her.
Ha-ha! Well forged and well connected.
If I'm in the area, I will try to find your sister. At least to hear her side of the story.
Okay. Well, if you see Marsa, tell her. I still remember the flying keg.
I bet Petra would know where I can find Marsa.
Hope that friend of yours in
We should pay her a
Chainscrape
visit
knows
the
where
next time
Marsa
I'm in
is.
Chainscrape.
Well, look who's back. So what's new, Aloy Machine Hunter?
Hey, I'm looking for an Osram named Marsa. She might be working here in Chainscrape. Do you know her?
Marsa? Yeah, of course. Tough gal. Puts her back into her work. Not like the drunken louts around here. Why are you looking for her?
I met her brother out west. He asked me to return a family heirloom to her.
Huh. I didn't know Marsa had a brother. Anyway, last I heard she was doing a job out by those old Carja signal towers. Northeast of here.
Thanks.
Ostrom family squabbles ain't pretty. Best of luck wading into that muck.
I'll, see you around, Petra.
Until next time.
No one wants to play Strike. No? Red, welcome back. All right, let's start off simple. The Tenakth like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder. move that machine forward. It's all part of the learning process. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We still got a lot of ground to cover. End your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece close enough to attack one of my machines. When performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And your current machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in combat power between the 2 machines is 2 points. This means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine. Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. If you sprint, you'll be able to reach my machine. Go ahead, just sprint over to my machine. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health by 2 points. So use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I mean. That's about it for your turn, then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, you can attack a second time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine a second time, and I'll show you what I mean. Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're gonna receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now, you'll know Notice you didn't get quite up to 7 victory points this time, but you did destroy all my pieces. That means you're the winner! That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack from. You'd be surprised the advantage you can gain over an opponent like that. I know it saved my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget, these are all my spare pieces. I want the Savior of Meridian to have them. It's a small set to be sure, but it should be enough to get you in on any strike games you find out there. You might even fancy looking out for them strike carvers. They've got all kinds of unique pieces that can turn a game in your favor, though they'll need the right materials to craft you one. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. You know, I've lost my fair share of pieces after a night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players. Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of Strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to yours. The higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines. Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means your machine can do 3 points of damage. Go ahead and test it out. There you go. Now, choosing the right terrain doesn't just improve your offense. It can also help defend your machines from attack. Grab your other piece and place it in front of my second machine. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's standing on grassland terrain. This terrain has a value of 0. This means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, the front of my machine is colored blue. This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it. Which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. See? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, now go ahead and end your turn. There's still one more thing I want to show you. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left. See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I think that's enough yammering for me for now. Promise it'll all come in handy next time you play. Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that matches your strategy is the key to becoming a machine striker. When assembling your army, there are a few things to keep in mind. First and foremost, with that in mind, most players would choose machines based on how far they can move or how much attack power they have. But a real strike player will be looking at a machine's type and skills. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine on your left. All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee type. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee-type machine attacks the first enemy within range, and no one else. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece forward so I can show you some more stuff. Come on now, just move that piece forward so I can show you the next machine. Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner-type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack range. Let's move that machine forward and end your turn so we can take a look at the rest of the pieces. Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram-type machine. Attack an enemy with it, and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece, a dash-type machine. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its path, including your own. So make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off to the races. You should also make sure it's able to finish its attack on an empty spot. Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things to do, so I made you a list. It's got all the tips and tricks we talked. I think that about does it for now, so if you want to play a real game... All right, let's start off simple. The Tenakth like to say that machine strike is we each get a set of pieces, and each machine is worth a different number of and to win the game, you'll need it can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance and of course... Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, usually you get pick up that... And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. Best end your turn so we can keep going. We're forging onwards. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try with that machine? Now move the piece close enough to when performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine and its own this board and so right. This means you're... Oh, guess you're done, huh? Good luck. Come up. Your turn. My turn. You're up, Red. single machine left? That ain't good. Time to get serious. Oh, I thought I had that one. Here for more tips. How about this time? This one's got Indigit here? Okay. Let's play. Board's all yours. Time to make my move. That's it for me. Okay, let's see. That was brutal. Your move, Red. That was a surprise. Whoa! Got me good. Well, that's done now. Okay, let's see. Knocked right off the board. I'm up. Your turn. My turn. I won! Oh, but I'll play you again if you want. I'll see you later, Aloy.
Welcome to staying, Shades. Baron Lights rebuild.
Oh, this'll really boil their broth. I'll add a...
For the brew map.
Don't call me stupid. Oh, that, I don't know. I didn't put it there.
Careful there.
Get a good glide in.
Here to practice, friend. I set up some...
I wrestled a snap mall.
Am I lost? Or am I...
Pull that feet.
Over here!
There you are. How goes it, Hammer?
Nora in the dawn.
This one goes to the Nora. close attention to your opponent's stance. Read their intentions. Choose your attacks to break their defense.
Sharp as ever. Come on! Yeah!
You think your spear can deal with that armor? Use attacks to energize your spear. Then hit your opponent with a heavy or power attack to blast their armor off.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Yes! Salutations, fair maiden. You might use
Don't you have somewhere better to be?
I know everyone wants to hear my word for one drink for me.
Okay, just try again. That energy doesn't last forever. Shoot the glowing part of your opponent before the energy fades.
I am going to count to 3. 1, 2.
I want another couple.
Anyone? Make my day.
Whatever you're having.
I'm on.
Live in a forge if they paid me enough.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Okay, just try again. Seems to energize after attacks. I think landing heavy attacks and combinations will energize.
I bet you've got good stories to tell.
This one goes to the Nora. energy doesn't last forever.
Keep blurring out. Doesn't mean you're off the hook.
Shoot the glowing part of your opponent before that spirit can give you the edge in battle. Keep energizing it, and then your enemies. Triggering those energy blasts should help you vanquish your opponents. Your move. Yield! I yield! Well fought, friend. Well fought.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Ooh. Serves me right for thinking I could go up against the savior of Meridian. Here, have this.
Thank you, Hodor.
Don't be a stranger now. Come back whenever you'd like to
See you later, O'Dirk.
Farewell, then.
Petra said Porta's sister should be working around here. I have a feeling she won't be thrilled to hear from her brother. But at least she'll get her lockbox back.
What going?
Marsa?
Yeah? What's it to— Oh, the Nora maid. How do you know my name?
I, met your brother Porguf out west. He asked me to give you this.
My ma's lockbox. That miserable chuff stole this from me. By the forge, he broke the lock too.
Actually, that was from a rock breaker.
Oh, so he's dead then?
No. After he saw what was inside, he wanted you to have it.
No. Then I guess guilt finally caught up with him. Let's see here. A jewel. Surprised he didn't pocket it for himself. And a letter. It's from my mom. Her last wish was that I make amends with Porguf. That doesn't make sense. Porguf caused her, all the family, so much grief. Always running off to chase easy shards instead of helping Dad at the forge. Why would I want him back in my life?
If Porguf read that letter, then maybe he wants to make amends too. He also asked me to tell you that he remembers the flying keg.
That bug. When we were kids, we used to grab a metal panel and slide down this big hill. But one day, Porguf got the idea to use an old keg. He climbed inside and off he went. Only, he didn't stop at the bottom of the hill. That keg kept rolling with Porguf still inside, right off a ledge. You'd think the keg sprouted wings the way it soared. Then splash! Right into the lake. Thought he drowned for sure. But he lugged himself out, onto the shore, and shouted, "Again!"
Sounds like a good memory.
Think that might be the only time I can remember us not fighting. Just lying there, by the lake, laughing till it hurt to breathe. When you met my brother, did he look okay?
As well as you can expect for someone out in the middle of the desert. You could see for yourself.
Nah. I mean, I heard some folks are headed out that way, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Thank you for bringing me this. Here, for your troubles.
Thank you. If you decide to go, you'll find your brother at a place called Camp Nowhere.
Of course he'd end up nowhere.
Dyer can make use of this. Meadow flower. Vines are blocking the way into the tower. There we go. Snow's melting on my clothes. Great. falling. This place has seen better days. One of the signal devices. Should be a lens I can grab for Reyna. Got the lens. I can trade it with Reyna the next time I see her.
Ignoring me again?
I can use your insights later on.
Well, that's on you, not.
I'm telling.
Ah, Red. Just who I need.
You know her? Great. Then tell her that going out there is a bad bet.
Well, you tell him he better crank out what he knows before I pummel him in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down, Della. What's going on?
It's my sister, Boomer. She ran off into the desert. We had a fight. I told her we'd discuss it in the morning after we both had time to cool off. But when I woke up, she was gone. And Spectacles over here was the only one to see her leave. But he refuses to tell me which way she went.
You can't go striking off into the desert. You'll get lost. And if thirst doesn't kill you, the Vanishing Dread will. You know what happened to the Delvers who went out there last? No, you don't. No one does, because they didn't come back.
Well, what about my sister? She's out there all alone.
Maybe she's a sunk cost.
I'm asking you, Red. Help me find her.
What brought you and Boomer out west?
Ah, that. There was an accident in Chainscrape.
An explosive accident?
Well, you know how Boomer is. So we grabbed our tools and skipped town. Heard about a caravan striking out west after some passage got reopened. Decided to join up.
But why come out here? You could have gone anywhere.
Can't really go back to the claim, and anywhere else is a little too inhabited. At least out here, there's less chance of collateral damage. Besides, this place is gonna be a destination one day, right? Dad always said, get in early.
If you think I can be bribed, know that I only take shards up front. No credit.
Maybe we got in too early.
The argument you had with Boomer? What was it about?
Well, it started out as the same old spark and boom. I found her tinkering with one of my prototypes, trying to add explosives, as usual. And when I reminded her that the last time she did that, she nearly burned the whole place down, she just looked at me and shrugged. Then we got into this whole scorched out mess about why we had to leave Chainscrape and come out here. Why, for the love of the Forge, she has to blow everything up.
And what did Boomer say?
Well, that's the thing. She didn't say anything. She just sat there, ignoring me. Even when I went to... And then, when I woke up in the morning, she was gone. But knowing her, she's gonna get into some kind of trouble out there. And that's why I need to find...
What's the...
That's what Stemmer calls the machine. Sometimes you'll see it in the distance. A stationary blur of metal. It'll stay like that for hours. And then the next time you look, gone.
But what kind of machine?
Don't know. No one's ever gone close. A few of those delvers went out there once, but I don't care what it is. It's not...
If Boomer's lost in the desert, I might be able...
I'm coming with you. All this is my...
But you'll die.
Where did you last see her?
I suppose if you're with her, the odds of survival do go up. I thought I saw her heading towards the metal arch.
Then that's where we'll start.
Let's go.
Earlier. They seemed like they were racing or something. I don't know. I keep hearing about people riding machines around here. Not sure what they want. Whoa!
I wish I knew how the old
Who here dares challenge me in strife?
Seen those Tenarch riding machines? Thing is, these ones don't seem aggressive. The promise of another adventure.
Sorry, Red. Can't follow you.
But remember, the fighting
Stemmer, did you need something?
As a new dream dawned for the adventure, they returned to the depths, where fortune was found behind as a bulging keg bursts with free flow. That is, we broke our way into more of the room. The wordsmith beheld a glimmering gizmo. Alas, the gizmo...
You saw some kind of gizmo but couldn't get...
A door bars the way, locked by some confounded... Morland contemplated, but Abaddon thought the odds of crushing the gizmo... For once, the shard countered skepticism. The old wordsmith's hopes were dashed, until a friend with a knack for performing the impossible... Might I persuade you to venture beneath the desert?
I'll see what I can do.
Once you're down there, take a right at the statue of the giant. The ruin rests beside a metal. And so our heroine went forth, and the wordsmith's hopes went with her.
Yeah, I don't think I can follow you there.
Ignoring me again?
A rush of air.
Aloy! Oh, your timing couldn't be better.
Any idea
Over
why
here.
she would head to the arch?
Probably just
Aloy.
wanted to get as far away
Oh,
from
this is
me
a
as
grand
possible.
day. Greatness is
During
in
the
the
fight,
air. Or will be
Snapped at
soon.
her.
Greatness,
Said
huh?
some things I shouldn't have.
Behold,
Things
I
you
call
didn't
it
really mean.
Moreland's amazing elevating
You know,
orb. Inspired by
claim,
the
she'd
floating
get into
spheres the
all
Banuk
kinds
used
of
for their
trouble.
clan contests.
Dad always said it
But
was
when
my job
aloft,
to look out for her.
this grand
We'll find her,
construction
Della.
will be a spectacle
forage.
henceforth unseen by
I
the
hope so.
eyes of the living. Unburdened by gravity, it'll be a floating beacon, drawing people from great distances to our destination of wonders and amusement.
Except...
We're missing one key piece. A mechanical burner. Small, magnificent design. Old world ingenuity at its peak. We found it when we opened up more of the ruins below and discovered numerous statues of strange winged serpents. One such statue had the burner in its mouth. Oh, no doubt part of some ancient fire-filled spectacle. Oh, Aloy. It's perfect for the orb. But a swarm of burrowers chased us out before I could grab it. Could you get it? Please?
Okay, Moreland, you got me. I'm curious. I'll get it for you.
I knew I could count on you. Okay. Head down to where we fought that Tide Ripper after you drained all the water. When you get down there, head right and look for a room to the side. The statue you want is up high, looming like a nightmare.
Got it. I'll see what I can do.
Stupendous. Thank you. I await your return.
I'll wait for you, Red.
Oh, please go.
You see those curves of metal sticking out of the sand? Those are the arches.
Any idea why she would head to the arches? Things you didn't really mean. There's
Yeah.
some scrap in the
You know,
sand. Maybe from
Back
the
in
arches.
the claim, she'd get into all kinds
Boomer's
of
handiwork?
trouble.
We'll find
Yeah,
her,
but
Della.
no Boomer.
Let me search for tracks. Boomer was here, I should be able to pick up her tracks with my focus. Fire won't do much. There. Tracks. Looks like they lead out into the desert.
What were you thinking, Boomer? You have any siblings, Red?
It's complicated.
Tell me about it. It's just... sometimes she can really grate your gears. And sometimes... most times... I have no idea what's tinkering in that head of hers. But she's all I've got. I just hope we can find her.
We will. Tracks end here, but looks like Boomer set out some traps around the ruin.
Leave it to Boomer to litter the area with explosives. But where is she?
If we get rid of the machines, maybe we'll find out. Razor-sharp claws and arm to the teeth. That thing's built to kill.
Sparks to steel. So the rumors you can tame them are true. Aha! Boomer straps came in handy. The machine walks right into that one. You hear? Nothing.
Let's take a look in the ruins. Maybe we can figure out where she went. Get this from my stash when I need it. small.
This is Boomer's favorite hammer. She always makes a fuss whenever she misplaces it. She'd never leave it behind.
Maybe she had to leave in a hurry when the machines moved in.
Or something worse happened.
Hey, we don't know that. Let's look around. She might have left another trail to follow.
Hold on, Boomer. We're coming.
There. Looks like she headed towards the hills.
Well, let's go.
There's some kind of wreck up on that cliff. Broken ladder. Must have collapsed as Boomer was climbing.
So how are we gonna get up there?
This way.
Right. Scaling a big old cliff.
How you doing, Della?
Great. Yeah. Just bring it to the side of this rock. Nothing down.
Made it.
What was this place?
I don't know, but it looks abandoned. A shelter. And some kind of device.
I don't know if I can follow Red.
From Boomer?
Looks like some of the components were stripped.
She must have brought it up here to tinker after the machines moved into her camp back at the ruin.
But where could she have gone from here?
That wreck down there looks promising.
Well, if there's one thing I know about Boomer, is that she can't resist a shiny pile of salvage.
Come on, let's go down and check it out.
Hey, look there. At the base of the wreck.
Tools. Bet you found another spot to tinker. Let's take a closer look.
Yeah, she was working on something here, all right. But where? Boomer?
Gotta finish this.
Boomer! What are you doing?
Too late.
Boomer, what did you do?
Let's get it.
Never mind that now. Here they come!
See, Boomer? This is exactly why I always say not to run off! Leave Boomer alone, you walking scrappy! Here! More ammo! Okay, Boomer, what were you thinking? Those machines could have killed you.
Pressure valve, check.
Boomer.
Boom discs, check.
Boomer!
Hey, Boomer.
Yes?
Your sister was really worried about you.
Look, I know you must still be angry, but you can't run off into the desert like that.
I didn't run. And I'm not angry.
You're not?
No. Why would I be angry?
Because of our fight. Because you ran away.
I didn't run.
Well, you left me.
I'd never leave you. You're my sister. I had an idea, so I went to find the parts. See?
A weapon.
This is just the payload carrier. The real secret are the boom discs. Throw one at a machine, slice and dice, and then it comes back until you throw it enough times, and then it goes boom. At least it's supposed to. I can't get it to come back.
Here, let me see. That's why. The pin here's off. Just needs a little cable around here. Done. Here, Red. Give it a try.
No, wait! Try it on the big machine. This way.
And there she goes. So you really didn't leave because of our fight?
No.
But you left camp without telling me.
You were sleeping.
Why didn't you wake me?
No, this way! You said you didn't want to talk until the morning.
Well, yeah, but I meant about... I didn't mean literally. How did you find your way to that old ruin?
I saw it when we left Camp Nowhere.
And you remembered how to get there?
Yep.
So what's this big machine we're after?
You'll see. What about the big machine?
Let's wait for her.
Red's back! To the big machine. It's just down there.
Well, there's nothing here.
Just watch. Ta-da!
The vanishing dread. We'll hang out up here, Red. Show me.
Make it go boom! Boom! Bursting sparks, flying metal, ba-boom!
You okay?
Ever since we left the claim, I figured I could just hammer it into her head to quit it with the explosions. Everything would be better.
And after your fight, you thought you lost her because you were too hard on her.
Turns out I was wrong about that too. She doesn't see the world like I do. Where I see a problem, she sees a way to blast through it. And I guess that's okay. I wouldn't have gotten her back without you, Red.
Boomer's lucky to have you. As for the weapon...
Keep it. As thanks. You ready to head home? I think I just got a new idea for a prototype we can work on.
With explosions?
Oh, you bet.
Yes! Bye, Red!
Ignoring me again?
Seen those Tenarch writing machines? Thing is,
Your health is my...
Guess I don't have to slow down anymore. not the one I need. Okay, there's the giant statue that Stemmer mentioned. The ruins should be nearby. This looks like the place. And that must be the statue. Okay, I gotta find a way up there. I need to get to the upper level. There's a crate in that room. But how to get to it? The vent. This could be useful. Okay, gotta get higher up to reach the statue. What'd I give for a cool breeze? Now to get the burner. Made it. Whoa! Well, I got the burner. Better take it back to Moreland. Wings holding up? Burrowers. Might have been the ones that attacked Moreland. Oh! inside a metal tower. The gizmo Stem was after should be inside. The Hunter Killer is more powerful than the Neuron Machine. I think I'm in the right place. Now, where's that gizmo? There. That must be the gizmo. Looks like this door needs a code to open. I should check around the ruin, see if I can find anything that might help. What's in here? Oh, so the gizmo is actually called... an ornament. Found one of these in another ruin. It sounds like there are more out there. And it looks like there's part of a code. Might be for the door. I better keep looking around. Maybe I can find the rest of it. A hatch. Might lead to another part of the ruin. But how to get to it? There's an opening at the top of the fence. Could be a way in, if I can find a way to get up there. Those crates could help me reach the opening at the top of the fence. There we go. Yeah, that's stuck. It's not tall enough to reach the opening. Yeah, it won't work this close. need to find a stack of crates. There. Should be able to reach the opening now. Made it. Let's see where this leads. Oh, I'm back outside. What else is up here? I don't think I can pull that. Looks like the ornament. Were part of something called the Knights of Lights holiday promotion? A way to celebrate old world holidays by changing the holograms above ground. But how? The other part of the code's here too. I should have what I need to open the door. It's not over our working now. Could test it out. Nope, that's not it. There we go. I'm in. Got it. Time to head back up to Stemmer. Maybe we can figure out how to make this thing work. This'll break my fall.
challenge me at Strike.
Fire, keep walking.
You think you're so good?
Heroine, Delver of the Deep. The Nora returned, but did...
I got the gizmo, and it's not the only one I found. Here.
The old wordsmith, a keen spark in his eye, held aloft the gizmo.
It's called an ornament, actually.
Huh. You know, some Delvers tapped a room and said they saw a trinket like this one. Might have been another one of these ornaments.
That's worth looking into.
And so the mystery of the ornament. For what purpose were these trinkets
Something called the Knights of Lights. It's a way the old ones celebrated.
like feasts?
Kind of. I think a holiday marked a seasonal event?
And so does every feast in the claim. There's the Feast of the First Keg, the Feast of...
All about ale, huh? Anyway, these... but...
I recognize this mark.
I might be able to turn on the light.
Time to find out.
Let's put this one up.
By our heroine's word. Ah, this must have been the Feast of the Crescent Moon. But they couldn't have celebrated every crescent moon, could they? By the Forge, that'd be a lot of feasts. Let me know if you find any more of those ornaments. Wonder what other holidays the old ones celebrate. Good to see you again. So,
Let's see this one.
you got it. Beneath the cascade of golden leaves, the old wordsmith found himself reflecting inwards, meditation of the mind, and a calming of the spirit. Aloy, so...
Let's go with this one.
I'll get right to it. Sure as sparks kindle flame. This must have been some kind of winter festival. What kind of beast is that? Almost looks like a panghorn. The old... So,
This one seems...
I hope Abaddon is ready for this. The crescent moon rose above the ruins once again, like a sliver of glowing ember in the heart of a darkened forge.
Yeah, you!
Those lights will be a welcome addition to Marlin's shows and Abaddon's ticket prices.
Seen those riding machines?
In Bold, there's a Tanakh outpost nearby. The rebel kind.
Remedies and brews to make life easier.
What if we buried them in the sand? Boom traps.
But then we might blow up everyone, not just the machines.
What are you two working on?
Red!
We're making boom plans.
We struck a deal with Abaddon when we got back. Turns out this place is gonna need some security for all those machines out there. And when he heard how Boomer's invention helped you take down the Vanishing Dread, we convinced him we were right for the job. Now we just gotta figure out how we're gonna keep the machines away without blowing everyone sky high.
Not everyone. The flying ones are already in the sky.
Sounds like you both have a lot of work ahead of you.
And a place to call home.
Home of the Boomworks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that name.
Look at her go!
You're back! Did you get it? Do you have the device? Oh, please say you do. Oh, we're so close to something truly majestic.
Here you go, Morland.
Yes! Yes. Thank you. I hope getting it wasn't too much trouble. Oh, this design, it's so compact. The ancients knew how to make them. It should fit the housing like a dream. Just need to cinch up the blaze leads and away we go.
We?
Make the maiden flight without the maiden who played such a vital part? My mother raised me better than that. You should have the honor of seeing the world in a way that no one alive has ever seen it. How about it?
How can I say no to that? What was that?
Ah, nothing to worry about. We have a sturdy tether connecting us to the ground. Pure Oseram craftsmanship. Well, time to give it a little flame. Aha! We ascend! Behold, the world beneath our feet. Ah, the sky at our fingertips.
The burner heats the air inside, which gets lighter than what surrounds it. So we rise.
Indeed. We're powered by hot air. Just like Stemmer. But don't tell him I said that. We are on the cusp of history. The first successful Oseram flight.
There have been other attempts?
Oh, yeah! The history of Oseram flights is fascinating. And, you know, violent and frequently incendiary.
I feel like you should have mentioned this before.
Nah, the others failed because their machines were too heavy and complex. They were begging to crash. Not here. Just a pilot compartment, blaze, a burner, the orb, and a tether. Within simplicity, there is perfection. Well, at least, you know, less chance of exploding. You know, if Abaddon were here, he'd be drunk like a wastrel, crippling fear of heights. That said, he gets poetic when drunk. He has evocative rhymes about all his various ledgers. A little-known fact, Oseram poetry started as work songs in forges around the claim. Ah, just a bit of turbulence. We shall tame these wild skies yet.
This feels like more than turbulence.
For the record, that was not part of the planned aerial experience.
What is that?
Yeah. I think our tether just came undone.
Moreland!
Oh. That's just a small setback. Nothing to worry about. I can fix this. I can fix it. Rising bastards! It's gonna hit us!
Stay back! No! Hey, go away! Go! Shoo!
Moreland. He's in danger. I have to get to him.
No! No!
Gotta follow his voice. I have Moreland stuck on the other side. I've gotta clear out these machines. Okay. That's the last one. Better check on Moreland. Hold on, Moreland! I'll get you out!
Aloy! Great gears you're alive. Would you mind applying a little leverage?
Hey, you alright?
Oh, when that maelstrom hit us, everything fell apart. I remember dropping, and then you tumbled out, and...
It's okay. We're alive.
You know, in terms of Osram aviation, we're pioneers. And they say it's a cursed field of study.
Do you need help getting back to camp?
Yeah, no, I can make it. But I need to get the burner. It fell off when we were attacked. I can replace everything else. Except that.
Okay, let's go.
Do you have any idea what hit us? I couldn't get a good look at it in that maelstrom.
Between the screeching and the lightning, it was probably a storm bird.
Woof. Hideous machine. Well, at least it vanished with the storm. Oh. Aloy, would you mind finding a way across? All we need is something to bridge the gap.
I think I found us a bridge.
Efficient and effective. Make a fine Osram. I see it. The burner is right below that storm burner. Yeah. I really need to stop making predictions on what's safe.
Gotta be the same one that brought us down. We'll have to kill it to get the burner. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
I gotta keep an eye on the sky with the storm bird circling.
It's dead.
Oh, I can tell.
It's dead.
Steel to my soul. Oh, I think that Stormbird had it in for me, or really fancied my orb. Aloy, over here. When you have a moment. Found it. Just a hairline crack in the casing. Yeah, I can clean that up with a bit of spot welding. Assuming the ground doesn't open up and swallow us, I'm gonna say we're finally safe. Yet again, you risked your life for me and my ambitions. I wish I had Stemmer's words to thank you properly. If it helps, you've inspired me to draft up a new improved orb. Something that unites spectacle and survival.
I'm honored, but I think I'll let Abaddon and Stemmer have the next flight.
I'll see you back at the camp. I have so much to think about, so many ideas to explore. Until we meet again, may your tools never break, and may your imagination never find its limits.
You too, Morland.